Alright everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some bike shopping. I'm looking for my next bike. Obviously you guys know I have the Grom, which is right there. We're going to look at a couple of bikes, stuff like that. I'm looking at my next bike. I'm looking at something probably like a 600cc range. Preferably something like a cafe racer, like a scrambler, something like that would be really cool. I don't really think I'm going to go like a Ninja or like something crazy looking like that. She's not my reference. They're really cool, it's just not for me. This is also 2 days worth of bike shopping. We did some yesterday and then some today, so I'm wearing different stuff, that's why. Every time I don't drive this car for a long time, I just have the time of my life. Alright guys, so as always with videos like this, I'm just going to voice over everything. I usually do this because, especially in a situation like this, where I'm out with my friends, we're talking about the bikes, and I don't want that to kind of, throw off the video or anything like that, so I usually just voice over stuff like this. This is at the Triumph dealership. It's a Triumph, Harley, and Royal Enfield dealership, which is a brand I really didn't know a lot about until I came here, and I actually really fell in love with them. You'll see a couple clips of them in a little bit. And also, with stuff like this, I really don't know a lot about bikes. So if anybody watching this knows a lot more, which is probably everybody, please comment or DM me and stuff and give me some more information. I'd be happy to listen and happy to learn. I really don't know a lot about these, so I'm always open to new things. So this is kind of the Triumph section of the dealership, which are the bikes that I came here to look at. But these were all very fast and, over 1,000cc, which is really not something I think I'm even close to ready for yet. Maybe in my next bike or something, but I'm really not there yet. I don't want to go from a 125 to like a 1200. I just think I'm going to end up hurting myself at that point. These were all really cool looking bikes though. Another thing, I was kind of asked not to film in the store, so that's why I'm filming it really low, and I was kind of holding the camera at my waist and just walking around with it. So I apologize for the footage kind of being a little bit bouncy and stuff like that. This is when I realized that there was Royal Enfields here, which is a brand I heard about but really didn't know a lot about. And I really fell in love with these because these have this very like retro vintage look to them. And I thought that was really cool. And I was also looking at the prices on these, and these were significantly cheaper for like a starter bike, quote unquote, than a Triumph. Where the Triumphs were like 20,000, and these were more like 6,000-7,000 for like a 650cc one. Now it is an air-cooled engine, I believe, on all of these, and they don't push as much power, and they only go like 105, 110 miles an hour with the 650s. But I really think that's more than what I need for a starter bike. I don't feel like I need, to go 170 miles an hour on a bike. I already have cars that I can do that with, and I'm a much better driver than I am a rider. And something I really fell in love with these, like I said before, is how old and retro they kind of looked. And I really liked how all the speedometers and the gauges and stuff like that were all actual analog gauges. Same thing on a lot of the Triumphs, but I really liked how old school these looked. I'm not a real big fan of the digital speedometers and things like that, including on cars. I just don't really love the way it looks. I understand that it probably looks a lot better to most people, and there's a lot more things you can do with it. You can change it around and customize it and stuff like that, which is really cool. It's just really not for me, and I kind of liked the idea that these were very like old style and very simple bikes. And from the videos I've been watching, they seem relatively simple to work on and pretty easy to learn on, which is something I kind of need out of a bike right now because I don't really know a lot about them, and I would like to learn more about them. And again, they're air-cooled engines, so they're a little bit more old school, but they sound really cool from the videos I've seen. I know the quality of these bikes isn't that great from what I've heard, but it was really cool looking, at least, to see them. This was me sitting on this Triumph that I really liked. I thought this was really cool, but again, this was like $25,000, and I just don't think that it's a smart idea for me to buy something like that when I'm just really looking for a starter bike that there's still a chance that I drop and I fall off of or something like that. This was at another dealership. There was one of these Polaris slingshots, but I've never really looked at one of these. Not a huge fan of them, but they look kind of interesting, so I decided to sit in one. And this one was a 5-speed manual, which was really cool. I know that at one point, like I'm pretty sure they were all manual, and then they went and made some of them automatic, and then they just took off more when they were automatic. And there were some cool bikes at this shop. This was, I believe, an H2. My friend is explaining it to me. I don't know a lot about bikes, like I said. I especially don't know a lot about Japanese bikes at all. This is a Ducati Scrambler at another shop, which was actually the bike that I was kind of looking into. But then when I saw it in person and I sat on it, I really just didn't love the way it felt. It's really cool looking. It's still a very cool bike, but just wasn't for me. I also didn't like the gauges. Again, going back to that, it was a digital gauge. Now, my friend was telling me you can just switch them out, but at that point, why am I buying a bike that I already have to change something I don't like before I even pick up the bike? I just don't think that makes much sense. So it really just didn't work out, and I was kind of upset because this shop was kind of far away from me. This white Ducati that I keep looking at and keep filming was actually really cool. It was priced out pretty fair, but I don't think I'm really ready for something with that much speed and that much power because I'm just trying to look for something to get used to riding on, but I'm open to opinions. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate everybody who checks in and watches these videos. It really means a lot to me, and I love when you guys comment, and I really love the interactions and stuff I have with people in the comment section and when people DM me on Instagram and whatever. I think that's really cool. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that, and I'll see you guys next time.